Yo, 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 yo. What's the deal? What's the deal? What's going on, people? We are in a new spot. All right, not a new spot, it's the old spot. The old studio spot. This is the living room. This is Queensbridge Studios. The original home. Well, not original. The original home was on the block, you heard. But we here, man. We here. Day 29. Really strong. Really strong today. Today learned about another tragedy yesterday. Was able to process, get it out, work out, stretch, cry, screamed at the water. All right. Took nice walk. Oh, that's your other phone. Yeah, I'm hearing it. I don't think it's not bothering me though, but I definitely hear it. Yeah, the alarm. I'm like, what? I'm like, what is that? I thought it was in the room, but I'm like, oh no, it's that phone. And I learned why the things was glitching, the lights, because the internet, because they connected to the internet, and so because of no internet, because when I tried to turn it off on the phone, it was like offline, so I just had to press the button over there. Any PPC, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on, big brother? I appreciate you. I appreciate you, man. But yeah, man, day 29, feeling strong, down to 186, 186.2, I believe. So it's almost 40 pounds lost in the last 29 days. 40 pounds in 29 days. I feel incredible. I'm feeling my abs coming in, right? Once I start eating again and I'm fueling myself with freaking watermelon and berries and freaking cherries and grapes and all of that shit. And then once I start eating cashews and yeah, like I was before in 2024, it was the best body I've ever had. And I stopped working out as much, right? Got I didn't maintain the discipline, but this time we going for the gusto, man. We are going for the gusto, as we say, right? So I'm definitely excited. Got 3 weeks left, man. 21 days, right? The hard part is over. Tomorrow's day 30. I've done 30 days before, so tomorrow's the first milestone that we've done in the past. 10 more days would be day 40, right? Next milestone, and then it's the last leg, 50. 40 to 50 is 10 days. Should be electrifying. Once I'm outside, get this court date done, hit the fucking streets. We almost almost done packing this crib. All right. Some more progress today. Got a lot of shit. A lot of shit. A lot of papers. A lot of fucking film shit. A lot of books. A lot of shit. I guess it's a blessing, right? To have an abundance, right? To have an abundance of things to live, right? Stuff that I've had, like some of it trash, but some of it is useful, right? But yeah, man, I'm excited. Took a nice walk earlier by the water. Spoke to a dear brother earlier as well. Was able to release some stuff. He was able to, just be a listening ear, offer some love, some support. Also learned about another incredible opportunity that may be on the table for me. All right, to continue to build my empire, to continue to build. All right, this world healing system, right, and its different iterations, right. So yeah, man, today was a heavy day. Um, Learned that yesterday at my boy's funeral, who transitioned a week or so ago. My boy Stubby from South Jamaica, Southside Stub. At his funeral yesterday, another brother was killed by another brother who everybody knows, right? Shit fucked up outside the funeral, shot and killed, broad daylight, 2 p.m., 2:30 p.m., right outside the church on Merrick. Like, holy shit, what the fuck are we doing? So yeah, that hit me. Getting the news this morning, that hit me. Um, yeah, it hit me for all the different reasons, right? Like another brother killed. I know the brother. They said I know the dude who did it. I'm like, I don't know who did it. Um, but then it happened at a funeral. No regard. Like, while across the street, it's fucking the beginning of Roy Wilkins Park, and children play. They say children was outside playing basketball, right across the street. Anything could have happened. Anybody could have got shot. And he shot him 6 times. Like, it wasn't one shot. It was 6 times. 6 times. Fucking, what the fuck are we doing? Shit is insane. Shit is fucking insane. So yeah, so that hit earlier. Definitely like, felt it in my gut, felt it in my heart, felt it in my spirit. It definitely rattled my mind. Feel it in my heart right now as I just said that, right? Like, yeah, shit is insane. But yeah, I was able to process, right? I walked. I was able to get my steps in, and I did some sets. on a bar, some push-ups and all of that stuff, man, to release that energy. Kimona met me outside and we walked through Sculpture Park, and we was able to do some grounding, took our shoes off, our socks off. I laid down, she stood up. Just planting our feet in the earth, which is always a beautiful thing. That's why summer is so beautiful. We're just living in a better climate than New York, when you could do that all year round, right? Especially house, backyard, you can go ground. Earth is so important, right? For the nervous system, so important for our aura and our energetic fields, just to touch the earth, right? We're not meant as melanated people to have our rubber shoes continuously touching concrete, right? We supposed to be as connected to the earth as possible. But of course, living in this climate, these conditions makes it a little more challenging, right? Because it's not able to happen all the time. But when we are able to do it, I love to do it. I love to take my socks off in the park and just like put my feet on the grass, right? Tokamona this summer, bring a trowel outside with me and fucking dig a hole and put my feet in the hole, right? Like really, really earth, and fucking fall asleep, right? To really get that energetic feel. And I know that to part of the healing my foot drop is that, right? It's earthing for longer periods, right? Just getting that energetic pullback, my muscle, right? Regenerating my muscle, strengthening my muscle in the back of my calf, right? I forgot what that's called, right? Strengthening that muscle. So yeah, man, got work to do, right? But day 29. Tonight we're going to talk about artists and healing, right? Artists and healing, and how important creative expression is, how important creativity is, how important releasing is to human becoming and human transformation, right? We're going to get into it. We got a pretty dope show lined up, some dope notes, right, to talk about and go through. Real life examples. Of course, I got real life examples of my own, right, from my personal life, my personal experience, times when I did not release my emotions, times when I just held them, and tragedy happened, right? He said, my son as a child loved running on the grass barefoot while we were in North Carolina. He was at so much peace. Yeah, man, children love doing it. Children and elders, they take their fucking shoes off, right? It's us, us adults, right? The mature adults who like, oh, no, I don't want to. Again, like certain environments is like, it's tough, right? Because it's fucking shit everywhere, right? People let their dog shit all in the grass, and that'll be terrible, right? You step in grass. Kimona probably want to cut her foot off. She actually stepped in shit. She wants to throw her sneakers away, stepping in shit in Central Park, right? She'll probably like, take my foot off. Like, no, I'm not taking your foot off. You're not doing that. You just gotta, it's okay. We're gonna wipe it off. We're gonna wash it, find some water, keep your foot. Right? But that'll be tragic, right? You go to earth, you take your shoes off, you want to walk in the grass and be all free and nature loving, and you step in a pile of shit. That'll be disgusting. Anyway, anyway. Yeah, day 29, we're gonna get into some grounding. I need it. Today it was a beautiful day, but it was definitely just carrying that news, carrying that energy throughout the day. It was definitely heavy. Right, it was definitely heavy. I had to share it with my mom. I think she know the family of the brother who was killed yesterday. So yeah, just tragedies all around. And she cried, and yeah, it was tough. So I need to ground some more. So if you are laying or sitting, just find a comfortable position. As much as you can, allow your back to be straightened, whether just naturally straighten it. If you're sitting on a chair, allow yourself to lean back if it's easier. And if you're laying, just find a comfortable position where you are straight. And just allow your eyes to close ever so softly. Allow your head to lean forward so that your chin is in your chest. Allow your shoulders to move away from your ears. You can really relax. And just become aware of your breath. The sacred essence that keeps you here, connected to this plane, alive, waking up every day so far of your life. Just become aware of your breath, the breath that has sustained you since you've been born, even through times of uncertainty, even through great loss and pain, through heartache, through all of the joys and the successes as well. Your breath has been a constant. When people have left you or betrayed you or disappointed you, when you disappointed yourself and betrayed your own self, your breath has still been there. Quiet, subtle, but consistent. Be aware of your breath, the breath that so many brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, sons and daughters, nieces and nephews, uncles and aunts no longer have the privilege to experience. So breathe for them. Take one deep breath in through your nose. We're going to hold. We're going to do a 4-2-6. Breathe in for 4, hold for 2, exhale for 6. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. Be aware of your breath, the breath that so many entities, so many beings never actually got to experience in this way, whether they were stillborn or they were miscarried or they were aborted. They never experienced breath like this. Breathe in for them, 4-2-6. Breathe in for 4, hold for 2, breathe out for 6. Become aware of your breath, the breath that so many babies will come into this world struggling to breathe. Respiratory issues, heart conditions. And some will come in breathing fine. They will breathe polluted air. They will be breathing while living in toxic environments. So let's breathe in peace and comfort and love and strength and healing for them. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. Just remember to breathe no matter what you are going through, the great times and the not so great times. Your breath is there with you. Your breath is there for you. Your breath is your most intimate companion. So give attention to your breath. And as often as you can, remember to breathe with intention. Slow inhales, always through the nose. Slow exhales, always through the nose. Thank you for grounding with me. If your eyes are closed, when you're ready, slowly begin to open them. Wiggle your toes, move your fingers, give yourself a neck roll. Come back to the space. Whew, thank you. I needed that. All right. Even right before jumping here tonight, there was some difficulty. So I cut my internet off, right? Because I'm leaving. I thought I was gonna be going before. All right. But I'm happy I cut it off. I didn't want to pay that bill anyway, $110. All right, this month when I'm leaving at some point. All right, middle of the month or whatever. But I was trying to do my computer, thinking I could use my phone, my Galaxy, to hotspot my computer. But I learned that iMac desktop, you have to have an iPad or an iPhone for that one to be hotspotted. So I had to come in the living room and use my laptop, give thanks for the options, right? Like how blessed it is to have options, a desktop in one room and then another room with a laptop. But because I barely use my laptop for anything like this, since I got it fixed, right? Got it updated, upgraded, fixed, replaced, whatever the fuck they did to it. I had to sign in some things. I had to sign into my Queensbridge Studios YouTube, and I had to do two-step authentication, and then I had to sign into my Facebook, another two-step authentication. And that was a moment. And then get my notepad up, which thankfully my notepad, this note's connected to I connected my notes from laptop to desktop, right? Both are Macs. But yeah, man, that was, a little intense because I was like, fuck, all right. And then I wasn't even supposed to be here tonight. I was supposed to go to Brooklyn with Kimona, but then some stuff came up and I had to end up staying longer than I wanted to. And so by the time I was ready to go, it was like, it's too short time. I don't want to take a chance. All right. So let's just stay here, do it, use my hotspot. I didn't want to use the hotspot, right? Because I need to save my hotspot for when I'm outside. All right. But such is life. It is what it is. But we're gonna get right to it, man. Day 29. Day 29's theme is artists and healing and how expression becomes transformation. And I'm going to say it plainly right now. I'll say it again throughout the show. Art has saved my life. Learning how to express myself has 100% saved my life. Now, I've known I was an artist since I was a young child. My mother said I wrote my first poem at like 4 years old or 4 or 5 years old or something like that, right? But always performing, right? Singing in nursery, dancing, right? Wanting to dance and sing, try to at least. But acting, freaking directing my cousin. We used to reenact Ghostbusters, and we had the freaking ghost pack and all of that stuff, right? The backpack we used to do freaking, obviously cops and robbers, but like not regular. I used to make whole scenes and like be here and act like you took this, and right. We used to pretend wrestling, and right. I've been an artist my whole life, right? Into film, into theater, into freaking communicating, right? Communication arts, fucking fine arts, sculpting. But there was a time in my life where I was not creating, right? My mid to late teens, I was not creating. And those times when I stopped creating, and I believe I stopped creating, like, I think I was still creating a little bit after my dad passed, right? A little bit. And then I was creating in high school, right? Like, I think right after my sister passed, Reese passed before I went to high school. A few months, I went to high school a few months later after Reese passed in '98. But at some point I stopped creating, right? I told you in high school I used to rewrite episodes of Martin. At some point I stopped that. And I remember when I stopped creating, I became angrier, right? I became more violent. I was violent young, but when the creating stopped, when the art stopped, I became even more violent, right? And that's what led me to prison. Like, something small happened, right? A small thing could have been worked out, could have just been a fight, worst case scenario. But I shot a gun at people, right? I was depressed. I was miserable. And again, I wasn't using my outlet, my creative expression, right? And mind you, I took art, performing arts classes, creative expression classes, creative writing classes. So I've done all of my school life, from freaking elementary school, even in college, theater arts and all of the stuff, right? But I wasn't creating, and that shit led to disaster, right? So expression, as I got back to expressing myself in prison, one, writing poems, and then anger management crew. People knew I was writing poems, and they asked to write poems for them, for their wives, for their girlfriends, for their children. And I did that. And so he was able to make some money and build Marston, Marston's a writer. Marston's a poet. Marston can write a poem for you, right? That's what they would say. And so it transformed my life. And as I came home and I just kept writing, I kept writing. I would write on MySpace. I would write on freaking Facebook notes. I got old Facebook notes, tons of notes, or tons of books, right? Tons of scrap paper where I would just write poetry and lines and quotes and just different things to express myself, right? So yes, expression becomes transformation. We're going to talk about how. So, real question. Where the fuck does your pain go? Where does your pain go? You experience pain. We all experience pain. We lose a parent. We lose a grandparent. We have a breakup, a divorce. A friend gets killed. A friend dies. A child passes. Child gets in trouble, right? Child doesn't want to speak to us. Friends, we have discrepancies with friends. You lose your income, your job, your housing, things going on in the world that's not personally like you going through something, but your empathy allows you to feel what other people are going through. A friend is going through something. You have pain. Where the fuck does that shit go if you don't express it? If you don't express your pain, where does it go? If you never release your emotions, the anger, the frustration, the sadness, even the joy, if you never release it, where does it go? So a lot of people are actually carrying things that they've never expressed. How do I know? I was one. The day I caught my case, 2004, August 4th, a girl said she'd never seen that look in anybody's eyes. I had the look of murder. I had the look of death. She said, your eyes were bloodshot red, and you look like I've never seen that look on anybody's face, in anybody's eyes. A lot of people are carrying things that they never express. And sometimes it's not as, people don't express it that way, right? People express it through addiction to alcohol, drugs, sex, addiction to distraction, TV, right? Addiction to gossip, talking about other people because they don't want to deal with their shit, right? They carry things, right? Listen, I'm going to be real. My mother is 64 years old. My mother still has not fully expressed nor dealt with, processed the fact that her mother passed when she was 19. 45 years ago, her mother transitioned. Before I was born, I never met my grandmother, my mother's mother. I never met any of my grandmothers, right? But 45 years, she still cannot talk about her mother without actually crying and breaking down and saying, I can't talk about this, right? So she's carrying that shit. At 64, she's still carrying her mother's transition at 45. And everybody's process is different. But, right, this shit is important so we can move forward in life and actually live life, right? So that's what we're talking about, artist, creativity, and healing. And so expression is not optional, right? Like it's not, oh, I think I want to. No, it's a fucking necessity. You have, as a human being, responsibility to yourself and to the people around you, if you care about them, to express yourself, to express your emotions, whether you write about it, whether you speak it, whether you dance through that shit, right? Because when emotions are not expressed, they don't just disappear, they don't go away, right? You could pretend, and that was me, right? When I called my case, I was dealing with a girl from North Carolina, right? And at the time, everybody would ask me, I had more money than I've ever had, right? A lot of girls, right? I was lit, I was fly, I was popping, right? And people ask me, how you doing? Yo, what's good? Yo, everything good, everything gravy, because I got money, right? So we equate having money to like being good. And I'm like, I'm good. Got money in my pocket, like I'm popping, I'm lit. The ladies love me, the dudes respect me. I'm fucking popping. And this fucking girl looked in my eyes and was like, Rayshawn, you're not okay. I'm like, fuck you talking about? I got you, right? I got another girl, right? Like, what you talking about? We got money. And never forget, the money. I was like, I got bread. She's like, nah, you're not good though. You got something. I see it in your eyes. And she was the first person, right, to actually like say that. I see it in your eyes. And she wasn't wrong. I was fucking depressed. But I didn't know like what depression was, right? I just knew that like I had some shit inside of me that was fucking heavy. And every time that shit came up, I gotta go buy a new pair of sneakers. I gotta go get some food. I gotta go get a new girl or go see this other girl, right? I gotta go drink, get a bottle, pop 2, 3 bottles, drink till we fall asleep, drink till we throw up, right? I gotta do something because that emotion, I can't deal with that shit. I don't know what the fuck it is, right? So they don't disappear, they stay inside. They stay inside. What you don't express, you carry. And eventually, what happens? You fucking explode. I exploded. August 4th, 2004. I fucking exploded and almost took a life, a couple of lives, and almost lost my freedom for a very long time. Grateful that things happened the way they happened, and I was so super drunk to the point where I missed everybody I was shooting at, right? Straight line, they moved, and I'm still shooting straight. Couldn't even see them move, right? Give thanks, because that would have been tragic. These are people who I knew and loved, who I know and love still. That would have been, I would have been devastated. I would have got sober and been absolutely devastated. Those are my friends, right? And those are family of my friends. So like so many nuances. So get to artists. What artists actually do. Artists, we don't just create, right? That's not just what we do. We don't just create. We are creators, yes, but we don't just create. We fucking translate, right? We take pain, we take joy, we take confusion, we take experience, we take heartbreak, we take fucking grief, right? We take turmoil, and we turn that shit into something that you could see, something that you could hear, something that you could fucking feel. That's what we do as artists. As artists, I've made films, I've written books, right? I've done spoken word, right? I've acted in film, I've acted in theater, right? Like, that's what we do as art. I've curated art exhibits, right? Like that's what we do. We take joy, we take pain, we take our experiences, we take our sadness, our grief, our heartache. We take the things that we see in the streets, in the world that don't make sense or that cause us pain, and we translate that shit. That's what we do. We fucking translate, right? Art is emotion made visible. Art is emotion made visible, made audible, right? You can hear it, music. You hear music. Dance, you can see dance, but you can also, if it's tap, you can hear it. Even if it's not tap, you can hear people. You can hear the you can hear the feet hitting the ground. You can hear the claps. You can hear the snaps. You hear that shit. You hear that shit. You see that shit. Paintings, you look at paintings, right? Fucking, but you feel it. You feel that shit. And that's the beauty of art, because everybody's going to come with a different interpretation of what is meant or what is trying to be conveyed. But that's the beauty, is that everybody is going to connect with everybody differently, right? So creativity is a tool for healing. Creativity is a tool for healing. And if you ask me, right, more than just talk therapy, creativity is probably the greatest form of healing, to create, because there are some things that words can't fully describe or express, right? You got to dance, you got to create something, right? So know that you're not just making something when you create, right? When you create, you process, but you're not just making something, you are actually releasing something. You are releasing something, right? Like when you think about some of the greatest musicians, some of the greatest artists in general, right? Across the different art fields, art spectrums, they were in pain, a lot of them, right? A lot of the greatest art was created when someone was going through some shit and they released that shit and the world felt that shit, right? Basquiat, Michael Jackson, freaking Denzel Washington, right? Through film, right? Like people either going through shit or portray the character that was going through some shit, right? Like, again, you got so many different forms of creativity. You got writing, you got music, you got painting, you got movement, you got simple storytelling, to sit in the circle. That's what we used to do. All cultures, all fucking groups of people from every part of the earth will sit around a fire and share stories. The griots, that's what we did. We shared stories. Stories that carried our history. Stories that express what we were feeling, what we were thinking, what we were as individuals and as a community, as a society. We share stories. So to create is to release. To create is to release. And so the problem is that a lot of people are not fucking expressing themselves, right? A lot of people are not expressing themselves, not in a healthy way. Why? How does a guy get shot and killed outside of a fucking funeral? Because the other brother didn't express himself fully. Yo, I feel like, because even if you feel like somebody's a quote unquote bitch ass nigga, even if that's how you feel, why would you then throw your life away, your future away for a bitch ass nigga? Whatever that bitch ass nigga did, right? Whatever he did, if it's not, right, if you're not actually defending your life, right? Defending your life or defending the life of somebody who you dearly love, what the fuck are you doing? You threw your life away for a bitch ass nigga, somebody who ain't worth it, a sucker ass nigga. Right, because that's what people yell, niggas a sucker. And you're going to kill him, and now you on the run, or you in prison, or your life is completely altered now because... So a lot of people are not expressing themselves. Like, I wasn't expressing myself at fucking, really from 11 to 20 when I caught my case, I wasn't expressing myself. Why? Because boys don't cry. And clearly this is not just boys or men, this is women are not expressing themselves. My mother doesn't fully express herself. That's why she still holds her pain from 45 years ago, including the stuff even before that, including the stuff after that. People are holding things in, they're suppressing their emotions, and they're staying silent. And what happens? Illness, depression, like physical illness, cancer, diabetes, heart disease, because you're weakening your immune system when you hold your emotions in. It has an impact. It has a real life, real time impact on you and who the fuck you are and how you live. Real life, right? Real life. That shit builds up. It builds up. Unexpressed emotion becomes internal pressure. And so you break, or you break somebody else, but you break somebody else because you broke. Because you broke, you didn't express yourself, you end up breaking somebody else, you end up causing someone else great pain, great heartache, another family, another group of people, another individual, right? It happens in relationship with romantic partners. It happens with parents and their children. Parents who don't heal, who don't express themselves, who deal with shit, they take it out on their children unconsciously, right? Calling names, hitting, which is abuse. I spanked them. It wasn't that. No, it's abuse. The body knows that it was hit. A child doesn't look at it as, oh, they just showing love until you condition them to that. It's like, no, you hit me. Hitting is not okay. Especially you can't hit just because somebody's not listening to you. Because then when a child does it to another child, the parents are like, you can't just be hitting people. But you just hit me. Shit is confusing as fuck. Right? But unexpressed emotion becomes internal pressure. It drains us. Emotionally, it drains us. Right? Physically, it can create illness in our body, creates imbalance. Right? We become out of harmony. So this is the beautiful thing, though. You don't got to be a fucking professional artist. You don't got to be like, oh, I'm an artist. No, that's not what it's about. It's about being a fucking human being who expresses themselves. As human beings, we are meant to express ourselves. Understand that emotion is energy in motion. Energy comes in, you got to find a way to, because it wants to go, it wants to be emotion. Nothing wants to stay. Nothing stays. The only reason emotions stay with us or experience it because we ruminate and we keep repeating it ourselves. This shouldn't have happened. This is fucked up. That's fucked up. I can't believe that happened. Which again is, we got to find that balance, right? Because like talking, but that's why some artists don't talk. They just create. They feel something and they get silent and they create. And they go create. And that used to be me. I'm talking more now. I'm doing media, right? Like I'm in a different space. But like if you get silent and just go create, go like, especially like coming home from prison and like living in Long Island and like friends are dying and shit is happening and I'm just going to fucking create. That's all I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create. I'm going to, hold on one second. Something, I don't know what happened here, but I see it looked like something is going on. I thought the live had stopped. But yeah, it's about simply being a fucking human being who expresses themselves. Every single human being has the ability to create, right? Expression is not talent. It's fucking human function. Talking, writing, we can all talk, we can all write to different degrees, yes, but we can all speak, we can all write, we can all move our feet, right? We can all dance, right? We can all move, like we can all create, we can all make some shit with our hands, right? Create some shit in our minds, design some shit, speak some shit. All of us can. I think it was Pablo Picasso. He said, every child is born an artist. The problem is that the adults talk them out of it. Every child creates. They sing naturally. They dance naturally. They're always into creative things naturally, right? Clearly, some more than others. But it's the parents who, without knowing, don't do that. Don't do that. They write on the walls. Don't tell them don't write on the walls. Like, okay, cool. Like, you write on the fucking walls. Let me get you something. Let's get you an easel. Let's get you. I remember in my son's room, when we lived in Queensbridge still, we turned his wall in the back of his door into chalk. We did the chalk paint. Right? So you want to write on the fucking walls? Because he was writing on the walls. Cool. You're not going to get in trouble, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to do chalk paint, and his walls was black, and he would write on his walls, and he would write on the back of his door. Whole room, chalk paint. It's a real thing, right? So like, because people have to express themselves. Young, old, black, white, rich, poor. It is a human necessity, right? It's not, oh, I want to. It's not like, oh, I feel like it. No, express yourself or not. It has an impact on you, right? And so now this is where it connects to the nervous system, because when you express, your body releases, right? And you move out of tension, you move out of fucking stress, you move out of suppression. You're able to move that shit through your body and move through and out. So expression helps to regulate your nervous system. So regulating your nervous system is not just a breath. Yes, you can just breathe. Cool. Breathe. But you can also pick up a pen and write 5-10 pages. You can draw. Pick up a fucking easel, a canvas, and paint. Right? Like, I've taught my children all of that, and I've done all of that. Painting, sculpting, right? Like creating, just throughout today, something they ain't using years. We created the volcano, like science kits, all type of shit. All type of shit. Expression helps the regulation nervous system. And this 100% connects to every single thing that we've talked about. The awareness, knowing how you feel, right? Being aware of, how do I feel today? Not just I'm good. And that's why I'm grateful for all kings giving a PIMS check-in, something that Kimona and I do. How are you physically? Okay. How are you emotionally? How are you mentally? How are you spiritually? And then come on, and I added another S squared, right? Like socially, how are you socially? Because environment plays a role. Your social relationships, your connections plays a role in how you feel, how you're doing, right? So know that, right? Awareness, right? Regulation is managing your state. Discipline is expressing yourself consistently, right? And I do that. I'm grateful for the show, this show now, 29 days in of consistency with this. SR Daily, we just did episode 603 yesterday, right? Um, Discipline, expressing yourself consistently, and owning your voice. Like, this is the person I am. This is what I'm feeling. This is where I'm at. And this is what I'm doing about it, right? So this expression is a huge part of the system. When we talk about human becoming, human potential, human transformation, human development, expression is right there at the top. You have to express yourself. If you want to become more, if you want to sustain yourself, even at the level that you are, even where you are, if you want to sustain yourself and not revert backwards to some other shit, you have to express yourself, right? And so my vision, right, like art matters to me. Art is extremely important. Like I'm an artist first and foremost, I'm an artist. And I remember when people identifying me as an activist, and I appreciated that, right? Because I am an activist. I'm active. I'm outside. I'm addressing various issues. But I'm like, dude, I'm an artist. But I get it. Some people knew because they would read my poetry, right? But some didn't. They just see me when I show up. They know about me. They not really reading my poetry. I'm like, dude, I'm an artist. And so I worked really hard to put myself in position to be recognized for my art. Again, making films, writing books, right? Acting in films, acting in theater. I did the stage play in 2010. Home 3 years. And I'm in a play. Right. And again, it fell apart after we did like 10 shows, I think, throughout the city. So to go on tour, but the director, the producer, things just fell apart. Right. And I left the cast, and then they tried to recreate it with some other people, and it just flopped. Right. But art matters. I'm an artist through and through. I'm always going to encourage people to express themselves in various ways. Again, media arts. So come on and make more videos, create more content, right? Write more, post more, your workouts, your food, just you talking, right? Because art helps people process, helps people heal, helps people connect with themselves and others. A lot of people I'm connected to, like my man came to my birthday party. I ain't seen my man in 10 years. How do we connect? Through poetry up in Harlem, freaking 2010, 11, 12. I ain't seen him since 2012, maybe 2013. Definitely ain't seen him since I've been married, since I got married and divorced, 2014, 2015, right? Like, ain't seen him since 2012, last time we was doing poetry up in Harlem. Still connected on social media. Came to my birthday party. It's like, he hit me, he's like, oh shit, I see you doing a party. I'm coming through. Send me the address. Say happy birthday. And he came. Like, super dope. So art helps people connect, and it helps people understand themselves. Understand themselves. One of, I mean, that's me, right? Like, I understand myself so much more now because of art, the things I'm able to write, right? I'm like, okay, oh, that's where I was. That's what I'm feeling. Okay, like, get the words out, right? So a healed world, we talk about world healing system and a healed world. You can't have a healed world without people expressing themselves, right? Self-expression, creative expression, however you want to slice it and dice it, right? So let me ask you guys, how do you express yourself? And if you don't express yourself, why not? How do you express yourself? And if you don't express yourself, why are you not expressing yourself? Why not? What's stopping you from expressing yourself? What's getting in your way? What's getting in your way? And if nothing's getting in your way, if you are expressing yourself, tell me how. For me, I express myself through media, daily shows. I express myself through dance. Right, I'm not a great dancer, but I will dance. I would dance with Kimona. I would dance with myself. I express myself through cooking, creating food. I love feeding people. I love feeding Kimona, cooking for my friends. Right, I've had, like I said, food over to cook, and a bunch of other friends have come over and I've cooked. Right, I love expressing myself that way. Right, I journal. I write. Right, sometimes I still write some poetry. Right, I write some poetry. I write my thoughts, just general thoughts. Haven't made a film lately, but definitely creating content. Right, making videos. me talking, right, whether live stream like this or just generally recording a video to express myself, what I'm feeling, where I'm at. Made a video earlier by the water, right, talking about the unfortunate situation at the funeral yesterday, talking about today being day 29, how I'm feeling and where I'm at, what I'm looking forward to. So that's how I express myself currently, right? Definitely at some point in the distant future, well, near future, right? A couple years out, when things settle, like get my career up, blow it up, things settle, and we get a loft. I definitely want to get back to some sculpting and painting, right? Definitely not, it's not something I'm planning to do like all the time, but I definitely want to be able to sculpt something, create something. I've sculpted little plaques. I remember in 2013, I think, when there were a lot of people online talking about the men that were killed by police, right? And a lot of men. But then there was a fight because like everybody's talking about the men. It's like, well, what about the women who have been killed by police, police brutality, police terrorism? And so I created something, and I carved in women's names, right? Women whose lives have been lost to police brutality. And I gave it to one of the sisters who was like real adamant about that, about making sure that we as a society did not forget that women also get killed by police, right? So yeah, man. So before tomorrow, right? This is a challenge to all of us. Create something, express something, write something, speak something, right? Write something, speak something, move something, right? Move your body, right? Like move some shit in your crib, right? Like create different space, right? I'm moving shit out my crib, right? But let that shit out. Let that shit out. And to build on that, what is one way that you can express yourself more? Right. So it's how do you currently express yourself, and what is one way you can express yourself more? I could create more videos. I could definitely write more poetry. Right. I could definitely write more poetry. I can definitely write more poetry. So talk to me. Right. How do you currently express yourself? And what's one way you can express yourself more? I can write more poetry. Yeah, I can definitely document more, because even my own journey and own life, like I know how to document, I know how to get shot to this, get shot to that, put the shit together. I can document also my daily journeys, right? As we work to build something that's never been built, while on day 29 of a 50-day hunger strike, right? So Kimona, when I'm eating cooked food again, we definitely want to film our cooking, right? Cooking videos, and just eating and sitting down to eat and talk, right? People love our energy together, love how we are together. Somebody was like, yo, the way you look at her is incredible. Like, she's fucking beautiful, like physically beautiful and beautiful spirited woman, right? Beautiful heart, beautiful spirit, beautiful mind. Yeah, man. So to close out, right, know that you are not just meant to fucking exist. You're not just on this earth to simply exist. No, you are here to live, and part of living is expressing. You are here to express yourself. Everything that you feel, everything that you experience, you are meant to transmute that shit and translate that shit to the world, right? Even if only to your family, right? Because maybe you don't want everybody to read your shit or to see your shit, but to your family, even if nobody sees it, you are simply meant to express yourself, right? Even to yourself in your journal, right? Create videos where you just talking to you, but you are meant to express, not just to exist. And with that, guys, we are done. It is 9:44. Gotta head to Brooklyn, right? So I can do my show in the morning there. Spend some time with Kimona and her sons. And yeah, man, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you. I love you guys. Day 29 is pretty much a wrap. Day 30 is tomorrow. I'm fucking excited because I did 30 days before. And so it's like, this is the first milestone. 20 days left. We at the fucking home. We almost at the home stretch. Once we hit day 40 and 10 days left, it's like, okay, yeah, this is the home stretch for real. So we're almost there, right? 21 days left, 20 and a half days left. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for rocking with your boy tonight. Yeah, see you guys tomorrow, man. Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. once again. And tomorrow we are talking about, what are we talking about tomorrow? Let me find a note. We are talking about, tomorrow is day 30. Day 30, we are talking about entrepreneurship and empowerment. That's what we're talking about tomorrow. Entrepreneurship and empowerment. Listen, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Have a great night. It's gonna be a beautiful week coming up, man. So yeah, man. Let's build. Let's go. Let's create some shit, right? I love you guys. Peace.